Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Shane Freeze commentating a TVP between TSLPuMa, who is spawning in the south position on MLG Metalopolis, and as the Yellow Terran, and STSquirtle spawning in the west position as the shit. Spawning as the light blue Protoss. Sorry for that inconvenience. Now, this map is an MLG map, which means there are no close positions. We're going to see how that works out. Now, I know Puma does prefer bio over Mech, which means he's going to have his forces are going to be a lot more. You see, this is why I'm just uploading games. Even though if I fail at the commentary, I'm gonna upload it anyway, so you see how I progress from being completely utterly crap to hopefully become better. You know, I believe you can already see some kind of a progress. Anyway, back to the game. Bio is a lot more flexible. You can move around with it. You can take expansion further away from your base. Now, Squirtle does decide to go for 12 gauge here, just producing it normally. We see the second chrono boost going down on the Nexus right now. Nothing really extraordinary happening. Puma does decide to wall off with a barracks, a supply depot, etc., and putting down the refinery at a very normal timing. Nothing really extraordinary happening here. Now, this, by the way, this is a best of 3, which means, and this is an ESL, for those who did not know. But anyway, this game is. The game was played a while ago. It is another version of StarCraft, if that matters at all, I don't know. But, so yeah, basically you're gonna see, I just took so much bullshit this game, that's waste. Anyway, back to the game, I have to concentrate. See here, Puma is building a marine now. Squirtle does smartly pull back again, he knows the marine is going to come out soon, timing right there. Orbital Command is slowly coming right here, and Puma is going to finish off the wall in with a supply depot. Marine is now out patrolling the front of the base, is going to attack that probe and deny any scouting at all, but Puma lifts off the barracks and lets the probe come in. I'm totally alright. Well, Puma did actually let that come in, and now Squirtle knows what is going on. He did not get that much information, there isn't too much going on, and Puma does manage to pull off kill off that probe. Still, Squirtle did get a bit of convincing information right there, so he knows nothing too weird is going on. Did not see any factory, which does help him a bit. Now though, Puma does in fact hide a factory right here at the top of his base. Could potentially go for some early banshee now that did not see, but at the same time there is no second gas going down. Oh, there is a second gas going down now that I said it, so we could potentially see some banshees coming in, or just some medivac play with some drops. Looking back over at Squirtle's base, he does have a cybernetics put down. No chronobus though, even though he could now do it. So most likely not some kind of 4-gate or early pressure coming out from Squirtle, or just a bit of poking here. We can see now at the units tab that Protoss does have, Squirtle does have a Stalker and a Sentry, 23 probes, so does have a little bit of a work count lead over Puma, but that does not really matter because Puma has mules. Army though, Squirtle is a little bit ahead, doesn't really matter though, he doesn't seem to want to attack at all. Did peek a little bit at the front of Puma's base here, and well, managed to go off 2 hits on the Marines, did not really do much else, but Puma's now getting a reactor on that barracks going, which does actually usually mean it's going for some kind of a 1-base push right here. We see a tech lab going down on the factory, and a Viking coming in from Puma. Very interesting move indeed, or just a misclick. Perhaps you just want to make a medivac. In fact, supply blocked very soon though. We got a supply depot incoming, never mind about that. And an expo down for Squirtle. I was very late to see that indeed. Puma does see that there's an expo coming, and very nice force field from Squirtle, negating any kind of scouting information from Puma up in that base. But I believe Puma did actually see something. Yes, he did actually manage to see that there are some units coming in here, some different units, and he does not really, or buildings, doesn't really know what. You can see there's a robotics facility and 3 gateways coming in. The expo is down for Squirtle, is going to get the economy lead right now over Puma, but Puma does have the mules, and he is currently mining from the gas. 2 gases. Looking over here, we got one siege tank though, and a medevac. Yay! I don't really know where that Viking went. You most likely cancelled it, honestly. Looking back here, we can see now there are two more barracks coming in, and the medevac is going over. Possibly to scout what if there's something behind here, but no, there's nothing behind. He does turn around. Squirtle does see the stalker, the medevac, and does go back a bit. Probably thought it was some kind of a drop. You can see here, still no gas taking at Squirtle's Expo. Means he's not going for something gas heavy. Certainly doesn't need it. We can see there's an observer here in Puma's base. Puma decides to not kill it though. He moves back again. He just was a bit threatening. We can see the orbital command does have energy for scan right now. Does Puma decide to kill it? Gonna see that. But Puma does move out now. He's got several marines and some tanks. Very effective army right here, and very scary indeed at the 8-minute mark. Even more marines coming in and another siege tank. This is a very strong push indeed. We got loads of SCVs coming in. This is most likely some kind of an all-in from Puma. You can see over at Squirtle's base, he's still not got any of the simulators at his expo, and no more gateways incoming, so only 4 gate versus this push could very well mean it's going to be very dangerous. Now Puma is sieging up in the low ground. Ooh, sieging a bit too close, losing a bit of hit points on that siege tank, but SCV is coming in, repairing the siege tank. Very nice move indeed. And we can see Squirtle is a bit dazzled, he doesn't really know what to do. Ooh, Puma does get off a few volleys on those sentries and zealots. This is going to be huge, and an immortal is alive as well. We got a war prison coming in. This could mean he's going for some kind of a counter drop or counter harass somewhat, but there are so many SCVs here for Puma. I doubt that's actually going to help too much. Now Puma going forward here with the tanks as well, moving up the tanks, very nice. Does not unsiege all of them at once. Newbie error will that be? Deciding to go up a bit to the ramp. How will Squirtle try to defend this? He does have more food, but most of those are most likely workers. He does have quite a force though. He could possibly actually pull this off. He does pull the workers, is going to attack. Now the siege tanks are going to do loads of damage to these SCVs, to the probes, I mean, etc. Force is going down for Squirtle. He's going to lock in some of those marines, but so many marines right now doing loads of damage, and the 2 siege tanks still alive. Will Squirtle manage to defend this? Now, they are even in food, but there are loads of marines right here now for Puma, and 1 SCV in the middle. Here is SCV with 0 kills, but still 2 siege tanks here, 2 more 1 kills. The AoE is going to kill down these stalkers immediately, and Squirtle, GG's. Good game. To sum this up, most likely, well, Squirtle did simply not expect that much of a push from Puma. He did see the force, honestly, and should probably have prepared a bit better, but he did not have enough gateways to do any of that. More gateways would probably have saved him. I don't know that. I'm not a pro player. Or, well, I'm good, but I'm not, you know, as good as these players. But, you know, anyway, another immortal was incoming, would not really have saved him though. So many marines are incredibly effective. And at the same time, we can see here, Puma did actually manage to get some economy back, but put most of it just back into marines, even though both of these barracks did not have any add-ons. So, good game. Game 1, won by Puma. Next game incoming on, I don't know what the map is called, but it's a map with backdoor expansions. Thank you.